You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
What up, y'all? We ain't gonna have a long intro today because I'm not gonna be here that long. I wasn't even gonna do a show, but I just had, sometimes I just had the inspiration, thinking about some things that have transpired in my life recently. I get the motivation from experience and ideas and stuff that I go through. That's how I be getting the ideas of what to talk about on this show. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'll talk about pop stuff, but I'm not really a chaser. I don't talk about what other people are doing unless I'm talking about it from the standpoint of what can we learn from it to improve ourselves. But I could have easily grown my channel and had 5 times the amount of subscribers had I just, been talking about the latest celebrity gossip and doing it on a mundane level. But that ain't why I do this shit. I do this stuff because I like talking about solutions. I like talking about things that really go on in life and working through those things and passing along information from stuff that I've learned, And at the same time, getting wisdom from y'all. Cause sometimes, like when I open up the phone lines, y'all be saying some dope, wise ass shit, and I dig it. I want to start off by saying salute to everybody, peace to everybody here. What's up, Remy LeBeau? I ain't seen you in a minute. B. Polly, Miss Porsche. Who's HH? Is that Hunter Hearst Helmsley? Who's HH? That's probably how they laugh. H-H-H-A-H-A. H-H, they don't laugh. They don't say ha 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 ha. They laugh. They spell out they laughs. H-A, H-A. H-A. What's up, Evan? What's up, Byla? You talking about some damn Zydeco. I play Zydeco music when, like, if I owned a bar and it was time to close the bar, like 2 a.m. Things close in LA at 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. It's time to close the bar, and we want to kick everybody out. Turn on some Zydeco music. That bar will be empty within 6 minutes. What's up, Devin? What's up, Jess Smith? Dr. Sinister, C. Vesey. Yeah, thank y'all. Welcome for joining. But today I want to talk about watching who's around you. This is just a cautionary tale to everybody, and I'm sure everyone listening to me has had experiences to where you got by either somebody you trusted, somebody you were close to, or somebody you thought was cool. It happens all the time. And it happens to the best and the worst of us. The key is, when it comes to watching who's around you and things happening to you, you got to be open. You got to be open. You got to trust your instincts. Because I guarantee you, every time you've got by somebody, you had a certain feeling that they weren't going to pull their weight. You know what I mean? You had a certain notion that they weren't doing what they said they were going to do. I think what happens is, and if y'all want to call in, press the number 1. I don't like. Last night my phone line was tripping. There was people calling in last night. But if y'all want to call in and participate, press the number 1. If you want me just to preach, press the number 2. I'm gonna go by what y'all say. But what happens is people, you get people around you, and it's tough to know what their true intentions are, because people come around, and shady people don't wear a badge. You know what I mean? I ain't ever seen somebody walk in with a name tag that said, "I'm shady. I'm fucked up. I came around to steal your shit." All right, cool. We going number 2. Let's keep it that way. Cool. Shady people don't wear badges. Shady people don't throw their intentions out to do you shady. See, what happens is, in life, we get done shady by people, a few people here or there, and then you turn bitter to the whole world. You talk about how the world is shady and how people are fucked up. When really, if you look back and count the times in your life, there have been, most people that come to your life are neutral. They're neither great nor shady. They're just somewhere in the middle. That's 80% of the people in your life. They're neither great nor shady. They're good people. They are. You're around them for a reason. You have a common interest. You work with them, whatever. Then you run across a handful of great people. But you also run across shady people. You run across people who come to do you harm. You come across people who see you as an opportunity to get over on. How do you deal with them? And that's a tough question, because these people are always going to exist. They're always going to exist. So how do you handle these people? How do you work with these people? And how do you attract better people into your life? Let's break some of this down. Let's talk through this. Let's talk through this. You first gotta trust yourself, because trust is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can't trust anyone else before you trust yourself. Oftentimes I listen to people and they say, "Man, you can't trust nobody." All these niggas that grew up in 2-parent households, everything good in their life, but they got a Tupac tattoo on their stomach thinking that they hard. Trust nobody. And depending on what kind of environment you were raised in or the environment you're around, I understand why you come to that conclusion. Especially if you had untrustworthy parents. If you couldn't trust your mom and your dad, it's a good chance you probably don't trust people. There are some people who have worked through that and they do trust people. But most people who had untrustworthy adults in their life, they don't trust other people. I want to start off by saying that, because environment is everything. Me personally, I grew up in an extremely trustworthy environment. Everyone that I can trust growing up, from my mom, my dad, my uncles, my grandparents, my brother, my sister. They've all come through for me. And there's never one time in my life where they didn't come through for me. So me personally, I don't have trust issues. But I also know that that kind of environment is the exception. It's not the norm, especially in today's fucked up ass world. And I used to be one of them very judgmental people where I look at other people like, why ain't they doing this and why ain't they doing that? I used to be that nigga that knew everything other than controlling my own shit. But through years and years and years and years of working with families and working with people and understanding how environment curbs and shapes behavior, the same way environment shapes music, environment shapes behavior too. So whether you're white, black, Jewish, Latino, Asian, Native American, Native, Indigenous, Polynesian, wherever the fuck you are, if the adults in your environment did not come through for you, especially between the ages of 0 and 8, but really all through childhood, if the adults in your environment and the people that you were born and you should have been able to trust, if they weren't dependable, you're going to have trust issues. So just know that off top. We have Kendall in the chat room. You want to get to some of your trust issues, go to Kendall's hypnotherapy. I'll tell you right now, she'll zap all that shit out. 3-4 sessions, you good. But yeah, like and share. Please share. Cause we talking about we're just talking about some life stuff here today, you know? No particular person, no hot celebrity news, no gossip. Just how do you navigate through this world? How do we navigate through this? So I'm starting off talking about people who grew up in untrustworthy environments. You're going to have trust issues. But understand this thing about life. Just because you have issues, just because you have problems, just because you have hurdles, those hurdles don't define you. Those hurdles don't define your experience here on earth. Hurdles are just cautions. It's like when you're running a race. The steeplechase in the Olympics. If you ask me, the steeplechase is one of the stupidest ass races out there in the Olympics. But it's a good life lesson type kind of race. For those of you who don't know what the steeplechase is, see, I'm on my computer so I can play some examples. Like if you don't know what the steeplechase race is, the steeplechase is the race that they have in the Olympics where there are all kinds of obstacles and hurdles. And this is what life is like. Life is like the steeplechase race. Let's look. You see let me fast forward to when it started. The steeplechase starts out with a whole bunch of people grouped in together. And it starts out like a normal race. You see, normal race, normal track. You know, everything seems cool, but it's an endurance type race. 3,000 meters. They have the 5,000 meter steeplechase too also. And when you're starting to go around the track, see right here, it has an obstacle. When you get to this part of the track where we get into right here, you have a choice. The runners all have a choice. Here's a barrier. Here's an obstacle. You can run through it. Well, that's a pretty thick barrier, so I don't know if running through is going to work. You can run around it. Well, if you run around it, you might, lose your positioning and you might lose your inside track. You can stop and say, oh, damn it, there goes a barrier. Or you can jump over it. Question is, Do you race the race, or do you define your race by the challenges? Or are the challenges just something placed in front of you in order to see who's the best of the best, in order for you to test your will? What are you? Are you the race? Are you the runner? Are you the challenge? Like I said, this has always been a very stupid race to me. It looks dumb. I can't watch it for a long time. But look at this. Then you change race, and then once you finish jumping over hurdles, now you got, not only do you have a hurdle, you have water in the puddle. Do you allow this to stop you, or do you keep running? So that's the analogy that I use when it comes to confronting our problems. Are we our problems? Or do we just look at our problems, face them down, and figure out a way to either jump over, go around, run through, or stop? And everybody has challenges on whatever level they can handle. So whatever your challenges are, that's for you to handle. Those are the perfect opportunities and obstacles for you to jump over. When you start looking at what the next person is doing, that's where you lose your race. That's where you lose your positioning in the race. You know what I mean? Do you focus on the obstacles, or do you focus on your race? What do you do? So, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to trust, when it comes to all that good stuff, no matter what happened to you before, there are ways you can work through it, is what I'm trying to say. Why did I spend so much time talking about that? Because in order for you to trust other people, you got to trust yourself. In order to trust what you're feeling about other people, you got to trust yourself. Because your higher self is always telling you what's going on. But do you trust it? Do you trust yourself? And if you don't trust yourself, why? And once you find out you don't trust yourself and you figure out why you don't trust yourself, what are you going to do to start trusting yourself? Because that's really the basis for watching who's around you. I see people all the time they don't make good decisions on the people in their life, the people around them. They don't make good decisions. And then they turn around and then say, see what that person did? That's why you can't, y'all ever hear people say that? That's why you can't trust niggas. Every time I look up, it's a black person doing this. Every time I look up, it's a black person doing that. Well, every time you look up, you in the mirror. And why is it you only don't trust people who look like you, but you be willing to trust other people? I'm not judging. I'm just saying that if that's you, you got to ask yourself these questions. That's what I'm saying. You got to ask yourself these questions. You got to trust yourself. Because what I'm trying to say is this. You can't put your faith in people, in other people. You can only put faith in yourself to feel your environment and what's going on around you. It's 11:11. Salute to everybody. 11:11 is all about choices. Left path, right path. Which direction you gonna go in? Happy 11:11 West Coast time. So the person that you know and trust today might be the person that will fuck you over tomorrow. Just might. But usually before people fuck you over, you feel it coming. You feel it coming. That's where trusting yourself comes into play. Because sometimes we feel people around us, we'll feel that they're shady, but you think that even though you've kind of feel their shadiness, even though you kind of feel they full of shit, you think that you need that person to accomplish a greater goal. So you allow yourself to potentially get fucked. Because out of desperation, you feel this shady person is going to give you something that God couldn't give you. And that's not trusting yourself. And this includes me. I'm not here to say I get it right all the time. I've recently trusted somebody to stand on their word and really depended on it. And they didn't follow through. My instincts told me this person was probably full of shit, but I wanted to believe better. And through wanting to believe better, I didn't listen to my instinct. My instinct said, man, that nigga full of shit. I ain't gonna do that. But my belief system said, man, we got a common cause, yada, yada, yada. Why wouldn't they do it? And I chose to go with a belief system over what my instincts told me. So I ain't here to sit here to say like I'm some fucking guru that gets it right all the time. I will say I get it right 8 or 9 times out of 10. I'll say that. I'll say I get it right 9 times out of 10, 85 times out of 100. But this last time, swing and a miss. And that's where forgiveness comes in. That's where forgiveness comes in. Not forgiving them. Forgive yourself. See, that whole forgiveness thing is twisted. They got you going around thinking you're supposed to go around saying, I'm sorry for abusing me and you stole from me. I forgive you for stealing from me. That's not what it's about, dickheads. It's about you forgiving yourself and letting go what happened between you and that person. You don't forget what that person did, but you forgive yourself for allowing it to happen. And you forgive them from the standpoint of you're letting it go. You're not going to hold on to it and allow it to fester in you and cause cancer inside you. You want to free your own space up. That's what the forgiveness is. It ain't about being buddy-buddy, because I, DeJuan Brown, I believe in penalties. Madam Magni said, I'm telling you a business. My bad. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just talking. I'm just preaching. I'm sorry. What's up, Andrew Cole on Stay Fly? Welcome. Welcome everybody in the chat room. I ain't looked at the chat room in about 15 minutes. Welcome. But watching who's around you. You gotta forgive yourself. Because when you loop, and this is something again for me too, when you loop on what went wrong, when you loop on the trauma, you don't get the lessons. But you also got to punish people. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Who is the Lord? Nigga, the Lord is you if somebody fucks you over. You the Lord. You lord over yourself, don't you? Isn't that what the Lord is? A landlord? A lord? Lord is a ruler over? You rule over yourself. So if somebody disturbs your sovereignty and you didn't do nothing to them, if somebody invades your peace and they use you and you didn't do nothing to them, they deserve to be punished. And when I say punished, that don't mean you gonna fight the person in the head up fade. Niggas too old for that. That don't mean you gonna shoot nobody. You ain't trying to go to prison. It ain't that serious. You want to make sure whatever you take, you want to keep your freedom. I ain't saying do nothing evil like that. But there are plenty of ways to cut somebody who fucked you over. Whether that be through destroying their reputation or allowing, when things go in a negative direction towards them, standing back and allowing it to happen, not getting in the way of someone else's karma. Because people who shady, they're going to get it. There are ways spiritually to destroy people. That's something I'm only going to talk about with my cardology students and people in my Patreon. I'm not going to talk about that on YouTube. But there are definitely spiritual ways to destroy people. And never feel guilty for destroying somebody who fucked you over. That's godly. Godliness is defending yourself. It's ungodly to allow people to abuse you. God didn't make you to be somebody's little bitch. God didn't make you to be abused. God didn't make you to be somebody's whipping boy or whipping girl. God didn't make you for none of that. So there are plenty of ways to get that done. Ways I'm not really going to talk about too much on YouTube. But, and hit the Cash App if you feel so motivated, $2 DeJuan Brown. But there are plenty of ways to figure out who's around you and how to get to them. I do this shit all the time. That's why I'm so glad I learned cardology and learned how to read cards. Because through reading cards, you know what's going to happen with somebody. You know what's coming from, where they're coming from. And you can also figure out if they fuck you over, how to destroy them in a way that's going to hurt them and not leave blood on your hands. I ain't talking about being evil and undermining somebody and undercutting somebody. But if your spirit is right and your intentions are right and you do right by people and people take advantage of it, that's not cool. Just because you're a good person doesn't mean you should be taken advantage of. And there's so many good people who get taken advantage of. And then they turn into bad people. Or if they don't turn into good people, they turn into a shell and they be bad for themselves. Some of the hardest things for me to watch is I see the sweetest women on earth, the coolest men on earth, self-sabotaging and feeling self-guilt because the world around them did them wrong. So they turned around and blamed themselves. Too many of the sweetest people I know have grown bitter because of how the world treated them. And you look inside and you blame yourself. And you say, well, maybe if I was taller, maybe if I wasn't as fat, maybe if I wasn't as dark, maybe if I was a man instead of a woman, maybe if I was a woman instead of a man. People think all kind of crazy shit. When really, these obstacles come in your life, like on a steeplechase race that I was showing you, these obstacles come your way to sharpen you and help you get better at your game and help you get better at what, and they refine you for whatever the next step is you have in life. That's what the obstacles are here for, to refine you for your next step. But what happens is when these people known as obstacles come in your way, we tend to allow them to stay in our way. And then our minds take over and the obstacle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you look up, a decade has passed, 2 decades have passed, and you living off of something that what you conceiving in your mind ain't even how the shit got started. So today this is a mental health check. Watch who's around you. Watch the energy vampires around you. Can we talk about energy vampires? Let's talk about these energy vampires. Before we get into energy vampires, listen to this.
On B, Black History commercial, take 1.
And in comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yep. Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American music family tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
Yeah. DewanB.com, get your shit. Also, I'm teaching cardology. June 18th is the first class. 1-day class. It's a 3-hour class. It might go forward depending on how many questions that you have. For those of you who want to learn how to read your own card, read yourself, you will get some books and personal instruction from me. The early bird special is now through June 9th. For the price of a reading, you can learn how to read yourself. After June 9th, the price goes up. Limited availability. I have less than 5 slots available. All right? Or get your reading at breakthroughcards.com. Thank you, Quan, in the chat room. My moderator just put it up there, breakthroughcards.com for your own reading. All right. We're going into energy vampires. See, when I read people's cards, I can tell you who's around you and why they're around you. Usually, if you have somebody that comes around and I'm going to get into the energy vampires. I haven't forgotten my point. I have not forgotten my point about the energy vampires, all right? I'll get to it. But when I do my card readings, I can tell who's around you. Like this card came up in a recent reading I did. And this reading was about somebody in my environment. Jack of Spades. When I do a reading, a relationship reading between people, and relationship reading doesn't just mean a romantic relationship. I mean, that could be business relationship, friendship, whatever. But that Jack of Spades came up. And that Jack of Spades, we call it the one-eyed Jack. You see that one eye? Versus the other Jacks have two eyes. Well, I think the Jack of Clubs has one eye also. But the Jack of Clubs is I'm not saying every Jack of Clubs, I'm not saying this as a person. Because within persons and variations of personalities, the same Jack of Spades can be the most wise person, wisdom-wise person you'd ever met. But they can also be the biggest deceiver you've ever met. Everybody has their own cards and they play them however they play them. But when I do a relationship reading, there are other cards that play out, combination cards. When I add your card to the other person's card, what's your combination card? And then from there, there's further math I can do to find out your point of view and what's going to happen. So I did a reading recently, and this other reading that I did was between a businessman and some associates that he works with. And he wanted to know about this one associate in particular. So he gave me that associate's birthday, and their combination card came down to be a Jack of Spades. And I told him, this one right here, she's stealing from you. And the first thing he said was, oh my God, she done already stole from me. I was like, okay. He's like, but I said, and I was like, okay, then the reason why you keep her around is because, you know, what she got game. She got a mouthpiece. She can talk the draws off of a nun. Some Jack of Spades people got mouthpieces or a Jack of Spades dynamic. That means a lot of game is being run. See, the reason why the reading worked out that way is because the only reason why you come to me for a reading in the first place is because you feel something. The cards will tell me what it is. So when I get that Jack of Spades, I'm looking at somebody in your life that's gonna steal from your ass. Possibly. I say possibly, but I ain't been wrong yet. Let's just put it that way. But I've also seen Jack of Spades combination cards where I said that this person is here to feed into your life. And I was right then too. Comes down to the situation. So when it comes to the energy vampire, this is the energy vampire. We get other people in our lives that it seems like no matter where or what's going on, what's up, Dr. Dandruff? It seems like no matter what's going on, you get these people in your life, they just drain you. You got to watch out being around them people too. Every time you talk to them, it's a new problem. It's a new issue. This person said this. That person said that. And it's like the minute that person leaves, you feel tired. And usually these energy vampires, they be people that you cool with. You really ain't trying not to be cool with them because at some point in y'all relationship and y'all dynamic, everything was good. But then these are the people who don't know how to handle things. And so every time they come around you, it's a problem. Man, my God, man, people hating on me. People just hating on me. And that person at work, they said this to me. And I was like, blah, blah, blah. And that person over there at church said this, and that. And did you see what James _57 said on Twitter? James _57 said blah, 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 blah. And why he act like that? And then did you see what Caramel Delicious 69 said on Instagram? The picture she put up? Why she put them pictures up? And I'd be like, nigga, why are you following somebody named Caramel Drizzle 69 in the first place? Anybody named Caramel Delight 69 is gonna post them kind of pictures. Why the fuck are you following her, sir? These are the questions you be wanting to ask, because there's some people who they always complaining about other people in their life. You gotta watch these motherfuckers, because they taking from you. They taking your peace of mind. And peace of mind is important. Peace of mind is hella important. You can't have these people around you. Every time they come around, they take it. And you feel tired. Or you feel like they steal, so you got to push it away. Because they're the kind of people that steal. You got to get these people out your life. Because these people will fuck your shit up. And I mean for real. These people will mess your stuff up. You thinking things are going good one direction, and they tiring your ass out. Now you don't have the energy to be who you want to be. And those other energy vampires who always have you like on an emotional string. Like when I see like a 5 of Hearts relationship. When I see this combination, oh my God. Heartbreak ensues. 5 of Hearts don't know which direction they want to be in. It's hot and it's cold. Y'all ever have somebody in your life that y'all hella cool? Y'all may even look good together. People be like, man, y'all should be a couple. But y'all not. Because you don't know where that motherfucker's head is. One day they want to be with you. The next day they don't. That happens a lot with these 5 of Hearts relationships. Very wishy-washy. When you're around that level of instability, you got to ask yourself a question. Is this person worth being around? How are they adding to your life if one day is cool, the next day is not? And you don't know what they thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. It's going to be some people in your life that you just, like, y'all going to be lifelong friends. Y'all just ain't going to talk every day. Y'all kind of in and out. That's one thing. I ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who you really put forth an honest effort to be a good friend for or to be a good partner for. And they treat your heart like it's a goddamn yo-yo. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Dribbling your heart like it's a basketball. Motherfuckers be dribbling your heart like they goddamn Steph Curry. Taking step back threes with your heart. Boom! Are they worth being around? Are they worth being around? Again, these are questions we got to ask ourselves. These are questions we have to answer ourselves. You dig? So, why am I having this conversation? Why are we talking about this? It's because I feel in my heart it's a lot of good-hearted people out there. I'm not one of them people that be like, man, the world is messed up, man. There ain't no more good people. Shit. There's millions of good people out there. There's millions of people with great intentions. So I'm speaking to the people out there that have good intentions. Get these people who don't have good intentions away from you. They'll bring you down. Most people with bad intentions were raised in environments, and they're constantly in environments around people with bad intentions. So they end up becoming a pest. They ended up becoming a menace to their environment and the people around them. You end up becoming a menace. Watch them. Watch them. Because when you're always around people like that, they got your heart on a string. And you don't want them people, because when you're constantly around that, that's what turns you into a user. That's what turns you into somebody who got bad intentions. These people ain't worth it, man. It's good people out there. And you can stay being a good person without being run over. Because remember, another part of being a good person, another part about being a good person is people think that being a good person means getting trampled on and stomped over. Remember this. Peace comes at the end of a sword. Peace comes at the end of a sword. There is no peace without a strong defense mechanism. Let me say that one more time. There is no peace without a strong defense. In order to stay peaceful, in order to stay a kind-hearted, open individual, you gotta fuck people up that want to disturb it. It has to be very clear to people. When you step across this line, this sanctuary that I built for myself, you're going to get fucked up. If not directly, indirectly. You can't let people run over you. Because these energy vampires, pay attention to them. The minute you stop listening to their bullshit, they ain't going to be around you. And they for damn sure don't want to hear what you going through. And those will be the first person that'll screw you over if they have the opportunity. Man, that person think that they this. We used to be cool, but they stopped kicking it. I don't know what I did. They stopped coming over. They stopped kicking it. Man, they changed. No, nigga, you acting like a hoe all goddamn day. That's what it is. You just acting like a hoe, that's all. Sometimes that happens. It don't mean you are a hoe. It just means you act like one in this situation. Now, if you like that in all situations, then yes, you a hoe. Hear yourself. Loving on yourself. Being good to yourself. And being good to those around you. Watch who's around you. Because there's still good people out there. And you want to stay being a good person, you can't be around fuck people. And for those of you out there who think because somebody is being nice, you could take advantage, I got a question. Do you want to carry that energy? How long you think you're going to be able to survive taking advantage of good people? I know you might hit this lick real quick because you took advantage of the kindness of somebody. You might hit a string of good licks because you took advantage of the kindness of somebody else. But how you think that's going to turn out when you keep doing it? How that gonna turn out? You know what I mean? I was gonna get out of here, but I'm gonna take anybody there in the chat room. Y'all got a birthday y'all want me to throw out in the chat room? Give me a birthday of somebody that you don't or somebody in your life. Put in your chat in the chat room. Put in your birthday and the birthday of somebody that you kind of got questions about. What's up, Raw Faces? What's up, Yuki? What's up, Jordan? Yeah, I want to do an experiment. I want to do a quick experiment. I ain't gonna be on here for long. I ain't gonna be here for long. But these relationship dynamics are real. Either hit me in the Cash App or just put it in the chat. Your birthday and a person and somebody that you kind of got questions about. Give me your birthday if you know their birthday. All right. Denise Williams, you're 6'10". Let me go to my website. breakthroughcards.com. You're 6'10" and they're 3'10". So 6'10" is June 7th, 7 of diamonds, and 3'10" is the king of diamonds. All right. King of diamonds, 7 of diamonds. That is, let me see here. Let me make sure I got that birthday right. I went with the first one I saw here. 6'10", 3'10". June 10th, March. Okay. 7 of diamonds, king of diamonds. All right. Watch how this shit work, y'all. Watch how this shit work. King of diamonds. King of diamonds and the 7 of diamonds. Let me add these two up. Get my pencil out. No, that's a 5 of diamonds. I want the 7 of diamonds. Y'all got a combination card of a 7 of clubs. Denise Williams. You and this person have a 7 of clubs combination card. That means you got to watch out for them lying. There's a lot of lies and deception between you two. And that's why you put that person's was that 10 IC Williams? It's RIC instead of Tennessee Williams, the other name is 10 IC Williams. That's a good one. Well, 10 IC Williams, y'all got a 7 of clubs relationship dynamic. That means that person, there's a lot of lies and deception going on. And you don't know what the truth is. Because that whatever's going on, there's good, that person talks a lot. It's a lot of influence between you two. But it's also a lot of negativity in y'all dynamic. Y'all was cool, hella cool. See, with 7 of clubs relationships, they generally start off pretty cool. Because you guys have a connection, a good chatty talking connection. Could talk about anything. But usually what happens in the 7 of clubs dynamics, somebody gonna get the talking just to talk. So, yeah, watch out what's going on in that dynamic between you and that person. Y'all got a 7 of clubs. If I did an actual reading, I could break down and find out who's lying, and then tell you what. On an actual reading, I can not only tell you what's going to happen, I could tell you who's going to do it and how to solve whatever problem that comes out of whatever they do once they do it. That's how in-depth the readings get. But I just got some cash apps. So them cash apps are going to go first on the reading dynamic. All right, cool. Daryl Cotton. Okay. You said for you, 712. 712. That's a 3 of diamonds. For them, 1120. King of Hearts. So we have, let me make sure I'm right, 712. And for those of you who don't know what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I'm on my website, breakthroughcards.com. And he said his birthday was 7/12. July is 7. 12 is 3 of diamonds. And the other person was November 20th. It's the 20th, November, King of Hearts. So 3 of diamonds, King of Hearts. All right. Let's see here. Let me go and add these 2 cards up. The 3 of Hearts is the 3rd card. 3 of diamonds. That is the 29th card of the deck. 3 of diamonds. And the King of Hearts. All right, cool. Ooh, y'all got a 3 of spades relationship, brother. Daryl Cotton, you in the chat room? That means you guys I don't know if this is a romantic relationship or a partnership, but it's a very confusing relationship. It's hot and it's cold. It's on and it's off. One day it seems like everything gonna be going good. The next day it's done. Like you don't know. You'll be pointing in one direction, going in that direction, and then somebody will lose interest, and y'all be headed in a different direction. That sound about right? Holla if you hear me for the person that sent that cash app, 712. What's up, Netta? That sound about right. Mr. Birthday 712. You and that person can't quite, like, you don't know where it's going. What's up, Big Pontiac? It's like it's a cool dynamic. See, the thing about the 3 of spades relationship, it's actually a good business partnership relationship, but it needs a third entity. Like if you two can team up and have some other side entity, it can work. But between you two, man, y'all dynamic be hot and cold. And that's why you hit them up. That's the biggest issue that you have with this particular person. Hot and cold. Hot, cold, cold, hot. Today is left, tomorrow is right. Which one is right? I don't know. So yeah, these card readings on relationships and dynamics, man. But again, if you want a full reading on that, hit me up. And if you go to my website, I want y'all to see this. And I'm going to get to the next person. Gerald, I'm going to get to you next. If you ever go to my website and you see the booking, you can book any of these for any dynamic. I recommend a 90-minute for a relationship because relationships take a long time. But you could also pay things up in advance. You know, you don't have to just, if your money's tight, email me. I can do payment plans, all right? And when you do it, just, I only got one appointment. Damn. Oh yeah, I am booked up tomorrow. Shit, I only got one appointment available for tomorrow, y'all. Better get it now. But that's, I'm tripping. I'm over here looking at my screen thinking that y'all seeing my screen. My bad. So, my bad. But when y'all see, you know, we can do it. We can break it up. You know what I mean? And if it's too much, man, I got a heart, man. Hit me up. All right? Just hit me up. If you got some shit going on between you and other people and you don't know quite what it is, hit me up. I got my classes available. I want to put off my long class. I'm going to take this one down. But my one-day class, if you want to learn how to read yourself, you can enroll in that right now on breakthroughcards.com. You want to learn how to start reading these cards if you've seen what I'm doing and read the people that take this class. I also got memberships. If you want regular readings, major discounts on readings for members only. But this is only for people. This is only for people who've gotten readings in the past. You can't become a member unless you've already gotten the reading from me. Because I would hate for you to join something up and have a 3-month commitment or a 1-year commitment and not know what you're getting yourself into. So my memberships are exclusive to people who've already gotten readings. It's a major discount. You see from $350 to $260, from $200 to $125. And so hit me up. But this is only for people who've gotten readings in the past. If you want to become a member and you've never gotten the reading, you must get a reading first, because I want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. DeJuan Brown, I don't do deception. I don't do selling wolf tickets. I don't do that shit. I like people to know exactly what it is. All right, so next up, I got birthday 10. Let me see here. Where's my website? Did I leave out my website? Oh, yeah, I did leave out my website because I went to the booking site. Let me go back to my website. All right. Birthday 10/27. October 27th. That means you, sir, are an 8 of hearts. And she is 630. So let me plug that in. 8 of hearts. That is the 8th card in the deck. 8 of hearts. And you said she is 630. So that is King of Hearts. 8 of hearts, King of Hearts. Well, I could tell you off top. Y'all both 8 of hearts and the King of Hearts. This is just a free game for you. Y'all better make sure y'all fucking a lot, because goddamn. 8 of hearts and the King of Hearts. This as an individual, physical love and physical touch is more important to 8 of hearts and King of Hearts. Those are the 8 of hearts and the King of Hearts are the two most sexually active cards in the deck. Or I can't even say sexually, physical interaction. King of Hearts, 8 of hearts needs that touch. King of Diamonds too. But King of Hearts, King of Diamonds, 7 of Hearts, because 7 of Hearts and 8 of Hearts, they're a lot alike. It's a very physical card. Very physical. So off top, you want to make sure that dynamic is being taken care of. You want to make sure that dynamic is being taken care of. Yeah, get the membership. Because if you get the membership, not only do you get the regular readings, you're also going to be. I'm also going to be answering, depending on which level of membership you get. We're going to be talking. I'm going to meet with my members in my Discord like once a week, if you get the quarterly check-in, we're going to meet once a month in Discord just to check in between your readings. But if you're getting monthly readings from me, you're also going to be able to check in with me at least once or twice a month, at least twice a month, so we can sort of shape what you have going on. Because some things, if you got an area in your life that you're trying to navigate through, the first reading is going to kind of tell you what it is. And then in the Discord, when we're talking, we can sort of refine and hone the process. And when you come back for the next reading, we can go a little more detailed. So that's what the memberships are, because, you know what I mean? I know a lot of you guys may want regular readings, but, you know what I mean? If you're a member, you get a huge discount. All right, so back to this birthday that I'm doing. It is you guys' combination card. Gerald, birthday's 10/27 is an 8 of clubs. See, now with an 8 of clubs dynamic, y'all that's a very fixed card. You guys, you got to watch out for stubbornness in your dynamic. 8 of clubs deals with a lot of staunchness, a lot of pig-headedness. So if you and her are going to work out, If you and her gonna work out, you're gonna have to break through your pigheadedness. And that could be tough early on because you have a Mercury, you have a 6 of diamonds in that dynamic. 6 slows things down. So you got to take things slow when in that kind of dynamic. Don't rush into things. And values mean a lot. If you and her with this 8 of clubs dynamic, you guys have a common bond around values. So as long as you guys' values are in alignment with each other, you're going to be good. But if somebody's values change and the other person willing to stick to the old value system, that's where the issue in the problem in your dynamic can come. So make sure you honor your word and make sure that they honor their word. All right. All right. Oh, somebody's birthday in here. Happy birthday. I see people say happy birthday. Happy birthday to whoever it is they saying happy birthday to in the chat. I can't keep going all the way through. But yeah, whoever that was, just know that 1027, you guys have a dynamic to where you got to mean what you say. You got to have integrity. And you also got to know that that's a real willpower relationship. 8 of clubs is all about willpower. You two's dynamic can overcome anything that you put your mind to. Okay? Your dynamic can overcome whatever you two put your minds to. Oh yes, B1. But you didn't put a birthday in here. Davis, you didn't put a birthday in here. Give me a birthday. I got a Cash App with no birthday. Put it up in the chat room. Put it up in the chat room. All right. I'm gonna come back to that one because I don't have a birthday. I'm gonna come back to that one. All right, the next one is birthday May 26th. May 26th. May 26th. 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs. All right, I'm gonna come back to you, Foodapillia. Since I got this one plugged in, I'm gonna read this one and I'm gonna come right back to you. 6 of clubs and July 13th. Two of diamonds. 2 of diamonds. Let's break that down. Oh, you have an 8 of spades relationship. So now, this is for a person with the 8 of spades relationship. That's another will. 8s always deal with willpower. 8s also deal with infinity. An 8 relationship can be infinitely good. It can be infinitely disastrous. It comes down to how the cards play out. See, the 8 of clubs is all about overcoming. Is an obstacles card. So that tells me the dynamic you have with this person has had a lot of challenges. You dig? And if I'm preaching into what we saying here, Darrell, let us know in the chat room. But y'all two had to overcome a lot of shit, right? And it seems like when things come up, there's always something that you can deal with. You got to deal with. But you've dealt with a lot with this person. And you don't even understand how you've gotten through what you've gotten through with this person. That's 8 of spades dynamic. You got to make sure that, you guys had an Ace of Hearts in Mercury. That means sometimes the way you talk to each other it can be very immature. The way you with the Ace of Hearts in your Mercury, that means you and old girl, y'all probably be arguing and shit. Or saying things, or she, or you, or both may say things that come out very immature. And you ultimately regret it because you like that person, you fuck with that person, but when they piss you off, you wouldn't say anything to them, or they're willing to say anything to you. Dr. Dandruff, don't be afraid to ask. The cards only tell you what you already know. They just bring light to it. See, the 8 of Spades dynamic, you got that Queen of Diamonds in Mars. That means you got to let go of judgment, judging each other, and be present in your relationship. Get rid of the judgment and just learn to appreciate each other more if you want to make it work. Because if you stay in that judgmental realm, it's just going to make the relationship harder. So it's true. So yeah, just you guys went through a lot and you're going through a lot. But it's the kind of card that it can, if you continue to work through your issues, especially if you can get past that judgment in your Mars and you can get past the immaturity, because you got an Ace of Hearts and an Ace of Diamonds in Venus. That means it's like y'all. So a lot of y'all issues be petty. You got that you got a lot of petty cards, of 5 of Hearts and Jupiter. Overall, most of y'all issues is over petty shit that y'all blow up. A 7 of Clubs and Pluto. It's a lot of obstacles in y'all relationship. Get rid of that petty shit. That petty shit holding y'all. You said that's true too? It's the pettiness. It's the pettiness. Overcome the pettiness if you want to live the glory of that relationship. All right? All right, now to you, Foodophilia. Let me go to yours. 4-1. 4-1. April 1st is a 7 of Spades day. And 11-18. 11-18. 2 of Clubs. All right, let me go to that relationship. He said 4-1. That is 7 of Spades. Let me see here. And then 11-18. 2 of Clubs. 9 of Hearts. Whew. I'm going to pull this one up on because let me see here. What's the 9 of Hearts birthday? I'm glad this birthday came up, and you can tell by my reaction it ain't good. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Let me pull it up because I want to explain to you where I'm coming from before I lay it down on you. All right. 9 of Hearts. December 22nd is the 9 of Hearts day. So let me pull up this 9 of Hearts. 2000, whatever. Let me see. No, that's not it. 12. 9 of Hearts. What's 9 of Hearts? 12, was it 1222? I think it was 1222. 1222. 2000. All right. Okay, that's 9 of Hearts. I'm going to pull up this 9 of Hearts dynamic and put it on screen. I'm going to put this on screen so I can be detailed in what I'm talking about, all right? I don't want to just put something out there and then be like, hey, now good. Hey, bye. See, here's the issue. Oh, what the fuck? Where'd it go? Here's the issue. 9 of Hearts relationship. See, 9 relationships and Jack relationships, very tough relationships. Like, I don't like giving bad news or news, but I just got to tell it like it is. See, the issue with the 9 of Hearts relationship is emotional heartbreak. I'm not saying a 9 relationship is bad. I'm saying is this. 9s have a lot of struggle to deal with. Anytime I see a 9 of diamonds, 9 of spades, a 9 of diamonds means, and that's a Saturn card. Saturn is the motivation to the Sun card. Whenever I do give somebody a reading and I read your 13 card spread, your Saturn card tells me what's underneath. That's your Saturn is your true intentions. Your Sun is how it expresses itself. But Saturn is where the intent is. See, 9 of diamonds is all about, those are value-based deceptions. You may think you and that person share the same values, but there's some deception in there. Somebody's values are a little different. That's a very materialistic card. And because it's so materialistic, is oftentimes willing to do whatever it takes to get what it wants, which is going to lead to emotional heartbreak. The 9 of Hearts is all about emotional heartbreak. That is, and it's usually because you love somebody or you see more for them than they see for themselves. And sometimes when you see a 9 of Heart, one of the two people in the relationship is putting more into the relationship than the other person. And usually the other person doesn't feel worthy of the love the other person that they're putting in. And so through their feelings of unworthiness, it expresses itself and it lashes out and it does something that breaks the heart of the person is lashing out to. That's really there to help them. So that's the dynamic you got to watch out for in a 9 of Hearts relationship. You also got to watch out for lying, the 7 of Clubs. Somebody had a 7 of Clubs earlier. 7 of Clubs is the card of lying. That's the lawyer card. That's the lawyer card. We call lawyers 7 of Clubs. Because the lawyer says whatever the fuck it wants to say or needs to say to get what it wants. And Mercury is communication, how you live your life. It's somebody in that dynamic that is saying what it needs to say. And they're saying what you want to hear. But it might not necessarily be the truth. And then you got that Venus card of a 5 of diamonds in you guys' dynamic. Fluctuating values. Meaning somebody in a relationship be flipping the script. Somebody's going to flip the script if they haven't flipped it already a few times. And usually what ends a 9 of Hearts relationship is usually something that happens with the 7 of Clubs or this 5 of diamonds. Usually it's a lie or somebody flipping the script. And it's or something's going to happen that's going to break your heart. And it may be out of that other person's control. That's another dynamic to a 9 of Hearts. Sometimes, and I had this reading about a year ago. I had a reading where it was a 9 of Hearts dynamic, and that person's like significant other, like something happened to them to where the relationship just couldn't happen. And it was out of, if I remember correctly, when I do readings, I channel. I think that person like got deported. It was a immigration kind of thing, and the other person got deported, and it was literally out of their control, and there was nothing that they can do. So sometimes the heartbreak may not be over what somebody does or says. Sometimes it'll be something that happens. And I forgot all about that reading. This was like last June. Damn, it's been about a year. Damn. That person lost who they were with because I think they were like from like Belize. And they had it was that person that did some shit to where they had to get shit back to Belize and couldn't come back to the United States. But before that had happened, the two people had a good relationship. So that's always my caution when I see a 9 of Hearts relationship. There's going to be something heartbreaking that happens. Now, if you can survive the heartbreak, because you see, the 9 is also the card of graduation. If you can survive the heartbreak, you're going to be with that person forever. I can promise you that. If you can survive that heartbreak, y'all will be thick as thieves. The few 9 of Hearts relationships that I've seen work, they went through the fire. They broke up, they got back together, broke up again, got back together again. And after years of up, you know that song by the Stylistics? Make up to break up, that's all we do. Excuse my singing. That's the 9 of Hearts relationship. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. When I come home, from working. You're on the phone. I'm sorry, I'm singing. I'm getting all into the spirit. Oh, that was right. All right, cool. So we on point. Cool. All right, cool. I got another one. I got one more. Okay. Oh, Netta, what's up? 613 and 711. Shouts out to everybody from Dallas. Fort Worth. 711. So we got 613, June 13th. 4 of diamonds. Solid values. You can't be with nobody that's going to be fucking you over if you're a 4 of diamonds. You ain't going to take that. No, sir. Not a 4 of diamonds person. If you with a 4 of diamonds person, just make sure you treat a 4 of diamonds person fairly. Because 4 of diamonds people do not play with their values. And 711. Oh, shit. Both of y'all are 4 diamonds. Oh, okay. I appreciate you for the PDA. Definitely. You got 2 4 diamonds. I've never actually read 2 4 diamonds. 4 of diamonds. If we get somebody coming in the chat room talking dumb shit, moderators, please time them out. Especially hoe-ass niggas. Any hoe-ass niggas in the chat room, moderators, just give them a timeout. All right? Y'all reading the chat. Y'all know who it is. People who can't spell your right in the right context. Time them out. People who don't know the difference between your and your. That's W-O-U-R. That's W-O-U apostrophe R-E. If you're going to say that, dude in the chat room. So, 2 4 diamonds. That means you have an 8 of hearts dynamic. That's actually a pretty dope dynamic to have. 8 of hearts. See, the thing is with an 8 of hearts relationship, you two look good together. I'm sure when you go out, people be like, oh my God, you look so good together. Oh my God, are you guys married? Oh my God. You guys are relationship goals. I guarantee you, when y'all go out, let me see here, November 25th. I'm going to put this up on the screen. 11/25/2000. There we go. 8 of hearts. Eight of hearts. I'm going to show you your dynamic. 8 of hearts. See, 8 of hearts. You guys got to slow things down, though. That's the thing. You look good in front of everybody. See, the 8 of diamonds, man, y'all be shining. But see these 6s right here, the 6 of clubs, the 6 of spades? That means you and that person that got to take it slow, okay? If you try to rush into an 8 of hearts relationship, 8 of hearts is a very physical relationship. So it can start off real hot, real fast. And if the 8 of hearts dynamic breaks up, it's because it's too physical before you found out about the other person's. See, with you two both being 4 of diamonds, that means your values mean a lot to both of you. So you got to slow down and learn to understand each other's values. This 6 of clubs and Mercury, that tells me that you got to compromise certain things and they're going to have to compromise. Now, when we say compromise, you never compromise your core issues. Your core things, the things you really want at your core, you never compromise that. You compromise the more superficial things, the things that don't matter as much. And you negotiate. That's a card of the negotiator. You want to make sure that you make sure you really learn and refine each other. And then the Six of Spades, make sure that you come together, spiritually, and just know that, when it comes to wisdom, wisdom, the Six of Spades is a very wise card. You both gotta be very reasonable and use wisdom in your relationships, because as a Four of Diamonds, you both could be so damn rigid. You gotta remember that there's a spiritual component to it too, and that's also the card of karma. Whatever you put out in that relationship is what you get back. So if somebody cheats on the other, that's gonna be a motherfucker. It's gonna get discovered, because it's karma right here. So, but the big thing is just slowing down, and getting to know the person. That's what you got to do. If you're 2 Four of Diamonds, take your time and know the other person. Take your time and know the other person. Let me say it one more time. Take your time and get to know the other person, because you got that Queen of Hearts in Mars. And that's the card of ultimate heartbreak or ultimate heart strength, and it's in Mars. So that means the likelihood for heartbreak is extremely high in this dynamic. It's one of those Eight of Hearts relationship is high risk, high reward. All right. So don't think it's gonna be easy, because even though this is a good relationship card to have, it's not gonna be easy. You gotta slow it down. You gotta take your time to get to know each other. All right. So yeah. And this is one way I read relationship. I can read them across. I can read relationships from so many different angles. I can almost literally find out almost anything you want about a relationship in any kind of relationship reading that I do. Yeah. Take it slow. Take it slow. That's the biggest thing. Because Eight of Hearts can start off real fast. Slow it down. And even if you break up, see, Eight of Hearts relationship, that's another makeup to break up relationship card. But usually they're gonna end up together. Like you break up, then that second time, that song by the Shalimar, the second time around. That's an Eight of Hearts relationship. That's a relationship that can survive a breakup and then get back together. Not everybody's gonna get back together when they break up. If you break up with an if your combo card is an Eight of Hearts, you two can find your way back to each other. That's that. Eight of Hearts is that Ozzy Brother song. I'll always come back to you. I'll always come back to you. That's what that relationship is. Hey, birthdays today. Happy birthday. Today is a Queen of Diamonds day. That means you a fancy motherfucker if you're a Queen of Diamonds. Things gotta be nice and right and tight and good. Now, never apologize for being fancy, Queen of Diamonds. Oh, you see that dude, you see that dude trolling on other YouTube streams of all time? Yeah, there's a lot of, think about this internet. There's a lot of losers out here. And that's why we have the title of today's show, Watch Who's Around You. You don't want to be around these old loser ass niggas. Watch these niggas. Watch them. Watch them. And once you see them, get away from them. What do they say on get away? And then they say, get away. Get away from them. If your niece's birthday is today, make sure that you don't half step on her gifts. Queen of Diamonds, man. Queen of Diamonds don't like bullshit. Queen of Diamonds like the good shit. It's a very materialistic card. There's nothing wrong with being materialistic as long as you don't allow materialism to get in your way. That's the downside of the Queen of Diamonds. They get overly materialistic, and that'll be what gets in the way of their greatness. But when the Queen of Diamonds understands that materialism isn't all, and they get deep, they find their deeper purpose, their deeper sense that undergirds their desire for materialism. Queen of Diamonds is very dynamic. You said she's bougie? Yeah. Queen of Diamonds people are bougie. Yeah. Queen of Diamonds people are, if you know somebody born today, June 5th, they're probably bougie. I think I might tweet that later on. Thank you, there, Fat Ned. I might tweet that. If you're born today, you're probably a bougie motherfucker. But I got to get up out of here. I got a lot to get done today. Thank y'all for listening. But watch who's around you. You know, pay attention to your senses and your sensibilities. Because if you come to me for a card reading, my card reading is just going to confirm what you already feel. I'm not going to tell you anything new in your card reading that you don't already know. I'm going to tell you something that crept up in your mind and then for whatever reason it went away. And when I say it, you're going to be like, yo, I was feeling that way about that person. Serena, you said your husband's birthday is tomorrow. That means the Jack of Diamonds. That means your husband, your husband probably be joking with you, don't he? Like I bet your husband be making you laugh all the time, don't he, Serena? Let me know. Hit the comments, Serena Pilar. Your husband is a fun dude to be around, ain't he? And that's why you were attracted to him. It's always a good time around your husband. He was slow to mature, but when he got it good. That's the thing with them Jack of Diamonds people. They're very fun to be around. They talk a lot of shit. They talk real slick. You're going to always have a good time. They might be a little irresponsible every now and again, because that's what Jacks are. Jack's a little bit irresponsible. But yeah, Jack of Diamonds people, those people are the life of the party. Great conversationalists. Let me know if I'm right. Oh yeah, no, you're welcome, Netta. Yes, sir, Gemini 605. What's up, Positive Influence? Yeah. So, what's up, Creole lady? Yeah, but watch who's around you and watch who you're around. Don't let these people steal your joy. Don't let these people steal your greatness. Be great. Be love. And defend your greatness and defend your love. Can't nobody run over you. If somebody try to run over you, nigga, pull out the steamroller and run their ass over. Two can play this game, bitch. Two can play this game. Defend your peace. Defend your sanity. And love yourself. Love yourself enough to get people who are around you who don't fuck with you away from you. Love yourself too much to not deal with these assholes out here, all right? Again, you want to book your reading? Come on in. All right, yes, I accept payments. I got my class starting up June 18th on how to learn how to read these playing cards yourself. I don't hoard knowledge. I pass knowledge freely. But you need a reading. If you want a relationship reading, hit me up. Go on in there, sign on up, and all that good shit. All right? You see when I put the chart back up? It's on my website, breakthroughcards.com, to find your birthday. Find your birthday on my website. My birthday's coming up June 17th. June 17th. What is that? King of Clubs, nigga. That's me. The teacher card. That's me. Go to my website, breakthroughcards.com, if you want to know your card. All right? We about to get up out of here, but I want y'all to know this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. for those willing to pick up the game. Thank y'all again. My name is Dewan. I'm out.